Gathering information is very important for penetration testing because you can't hack a system if you don't know how it works. For example, if you want to launch internal attacks against your target, so you go and you hack that Wi-Fi, or you gain access to that network, and from there you go and try to get their IP address, their MAC address, and from there you start launching attacks against them, such as ARP poisoning, man in the middle attack, or you can serve them fake updates. So to discover devices in your network, there are a lot of tools can do the job for you, but I'll talk about the best two of them, which Netdiscover and Nmap. And I'll start with Netdiscover is simple, not like Nmap. Nmap is a huge tool. There are courses, books teach you how to use it. So to start with Netdiscover, Netdiscover -R for the range. And now you give it the IP. What was the IP? Config. Okay. 192.168.50.137. Okay. You don't end it with 137, of course, because this means we end it with 1/24. This means I want to scan the entire network looking for connected devices, so the tool will start from 192.168.50 and 1.1, okay, this one, all the way up to 254, which is the last host of the in the network. 255 is the broadcast ID, and it cannot be assigned to any device. If you don't remember, please go back and revise the IP lecture. Now, Netdiscover won't be able to find the physical devices connected to my network. Why? Because I'm using NAT network. As you remember, NAT network is isolated environment for virtual machines. So in order to see the physical devices, you need to go to the network setting. Now it's the same concept for VirtualBox. I'm doing it now on VMware. You just need to go to the settings and choose the network adapter in VirtualBox. Click on the bridge network, replicate physical network connection state, and make sure the configuration is only on your host machine. You don't need to have your VPN if you have, or other virtual machines ticked on. Okay. And before I do this, actually, let me show you the Windows virtual Windows 10. Let's see the Windows 10's IP, CMP, IP config. As you can see, it ends with 138. Okay, if we go back to Kali, we'll see in here ends with 138. So this is the virtual Windows, but it's not able to find the other physical devices. So if we set it to bridge, replicate physical network connection state. Okay, and we go back to the Windows machine, do the same thing, settings, bridge, replicate, configure. Okay, all good. Okay. Now go back to Kali if we stop this, and if we do if config, okay, you'll see the IP has been changed. Where is it? Okay, this is it. So it has been changed. 1. It's not 50 anymore. As I remember, it was 50. All of them were 50. That was the virtual network for me. For you, it might be different, but this is the one. The one is the physical network. Now, these devices, the Scali now it seems physical device. And if I go to my host machine, actually, this is my host machine. Hope you can see it well. I do IP config. Let me try. Okay, this is Ethernet adapter. Now, as you can see, it's also 1, just like the virtual Kali. And if I go to my Windows machine, if I do now IP config, you'll see also 1. Now, if we run Netdiscover again, let me become root. Okay, Netdiscover. Okay, this is the range. Hit enter. Now, as you can see, it found Samsung device, unknown vendor. This is, I think, my phone. Okay, because I'm using randomized MAC address. So this is my host machine. This is my home router. And absolutely, the router starts with 11. And now it should be able to see my, yeah, this is the laptop. Okay, so not always might show you the vendor of the devices, but it should show. But if it didn't show, here's how you can find it. Like, let's say this is it. This is the MAC address. Let me make sure what is this device. I don't know what's this device. So you go and you copy the MAC address for a browser and search for MAC address lookup. This is it. Put it here. Search. Oh, it's not gonna show anything. Yeah, record not found because it's randomized MAC address. But if you go to, let's try this. Now you know this is a Samsung device because it's already telling us it's a Samsung device. Search for it. Now you can see near vendor company Samsung. Now if I don't use randomized MAC address on my phone, uh, now I'm using my device MAC. Now we should be able to see it. We connect back to the network, and yeah, now it can see it. As you can see, this is it. Now it tells it's Xiaomi Communications. So this is how you find um, devices in your network. And in the next lecture, I'll be talking about Nmap. Nmap is actually better than Netdiscover because Nmap shows you open ports, shows you the application that's running on that ports. Nmap is not only for internal discovers, you can use Nmap against websites, against any IP you might think of. You can run Nmap against cameras, websites, web servers, computers, phones, literally any IP you might get, you can run Nmap against. So Nmap will help you discover the open ports, the running OS, and the services running on it.